everywhere. But we're starting to see the character variety as well too. We're starting to see what regions allow certain characters, and or favor certain characters in their neutral, and however which way they approach it. And we're starting to see who isn't really ready for the Brawler matchup. I mean, again, it's not very often that we get to see this type of character implemented properly. So let's go ahead and run it. We've got a Team Rocket outfit as well too, but hopefully they don't live up to the Team Rocket legacy, because Team Rocket doesn't do so well in the anime.
Or in the game. I see him blasting off again. We don't want to see that here. That's definitely the opposite of what you want. But also we got Jdizzle bringing out the Young Link. Now earlier we saw a giant upset, right? We saw Jdizzle actually take him out with his Pikachu. Or I'm sorry, Fried Rice. My bad. Fried Rice took out Jdizzle with his Pikachu, and Jdizzle was the #1 seed for this tournament. So seeing him already in losers is definitely like a sight to see. So let's see if we can try to bring it back here using Young Link as his ability right out the gate. Seeing him use a lot of projectiles from a distance, seeing tons of boomerangs, bow and arrows, bombs, the kitchen sink being thrown out, not playing too aggressive at all, because the second you get close to Brawler, that's when the fun begins for Brawler.
Oh yeah, Brawler definitely has the hands like I've never quite seen them in Smash before. I mean, here we go. We got the down throw, and I mean, just look at that. Being able to cover that much space out of a throw at that percent certainly says something to Brawler's neutral. My goodness, great air dodge throw on the F smash, lovely situational awareness. Yeah. Even better item play at the ledge with the forward air. Young Link just kind of comprises some very different ingredients. Yes, they are a zoner. Yes, they have projectiles, but for some reason, Sakurai was like, I want this character to be able to combo and KO as well.
I remember one of the most popular things I was said in the beginning of Ultimate's lifespan was that Young Link's fire arrow was the equivalent of Falco's laser, except it also comboed. So very, very low risk combo starter, right? Just throw it out there, shoot them with it. If you manage to get if you manage to nick them with it while approaching them, you get some free aerials for days.
Yeah, most certainly. And right here, kind of resorting back to just staying back into the cut. Again, you have the lead. Young Link, already a very difficult character to fight. Very quick on feet, of course. That's a projectile game. I mean, you could maybe argue that they're a little lackluster when it comes to KOing. I mean, they need one hit to turn into another couple hits. They don't really have like a lot of raw moves. But I mean, honestly, when you're playing this well, I mean, does it even matter anymore? My goodness, what are you doing off stage?
And again, we see that down tilt coming out again. I mean, that's Young Link's MO. If Young Link lands that down tilt, one of the most fantastic combo starters he's got. He can turn that into anything imagination. The world is oyster. Really,
quite literally. Okay, a lot of respect being shown right here. Not exactly sure what the trade was, because there was a lot of fire and smoke, and honestly, I'm just getting old. My eyes aren't quite what they used to be, but all that matters is that you got that stock taken at 112%. Not the worst spot to be in, but I'll tell you what a worse spot is, man. Jumping into up smash. Look, I don't play Smash competitively on the sticks like these two do, but I know that you can't jump into up smash.
I mean, just jumping in general. But the thing is, that's what you have to do as a Brawler to get those combos started, right? If you jump in there, land an aerial like a nair or something, you're going to get a ton of feedback on that with damage. But now we're just seeing a bunch of uppy spamming coming out from Jdizzle. The beginning of this set was so different from all the other sets we've seen, where we saw a lot of passive play coming up from both Jdizzle and Ghost, but now Jdizzle's getting in there and just throwing the sword like a madman and connecting the hits.
And up special, it might look like, it's just kind of tossed out willy-nilly, but there actually is, method to that madness. It's a pretty solid mix-up, After it lands, pops you up, of course, now I get to kind of put you in the blender. Am I going to go for back air? Depending on where you land, I might go for forward air. Like, it's a really tough move to kind of work against. Same with kind of Toon Links as well, but Toon Links sends you straight up in the air. So, gotta watch yourself when you get caught up close in those multi-hits.
Bro, sometimes it just falls down to just nair at a shield. Go for the safer option. That's way less commitment than the up B. But, if they hit your shield, might as well go for the up B. We go trading aerials again and again. Ghost at 165%. Jdizzle angling the boomerang upright. I think he was looking for a potential air dodge. Connects the fire arrow, just like I said. Dude, the fire arrow is one of the safest starters for Young Link. He shot a projectile at him, and because the arrow hit him, popped him slightly into the air, he was able to confirm off of it and seal that game 1 victory. And this set is going to be kind of important for the regions, right? Because this is Victoria's best fighting off against some of New Zealand's best. There's a lot on the line, sorry, not New Zealand, but just South Australian, just the region in general.
And both of these two honestly on the same team as well. So I mean, I know, of course, there's going to be region on region, a lot of bloodshed just because the very nature of how this bracket is set up. But of course, to be on the same team too, I know that's one's going to hurt twice as hard. This is just a really hard one. I feel like for me, Brawler, also, I love the way you broke that last, little segment down. Me, Brawler, very tough character, but you said it fresh out the gate. If you can't get in on a character like Young Link, you're just going to be in for a bad time. There's not very many characters who can really punish bow and arrow. I think, and I'm just kind of spitballing here. Mithra, can do something about that, and maybe Bayonetta as well too, just being able to, witch time it. But I mean, in all reality, just when you see bow and arrow come out, you need to put some respect on it. It takes no prisoners, and if it lands, what comes afterwards.
Yeah, the kill. It'll find its mark. It's gonna do it. So it looks like we might have a potential counter pick here with characters, or maybe they're just selecting the stage. But I mean, Jdizzle's been going Young Link pretty much the majority of the tournament, so I don't foresee it happening. However, we have a different pick from Ghost coming out again. We'll see another Min making its debut, and this might be a smart choice, right? Because we've seen how passive and calm Jdizzle's been playing with his projectiles. That like, okay, if you're gonna try to wall me out with that, I'm gonna wall you out with my projectile, because my projectile is my arm.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see how well this Min can be implemented here. I'm actually really happy that we're, getting to see other regions on stream the way we are, because I feel like the rest of the world is just not. And when I say the rest of the world, I really just mean America. They're just not believers in Min. And like, I'm gonna be honest, all you got to do is show me one clip, and I was convinced. I'm like, oh, this character is a thing. And once this, character is put on the right stage, aka the Smash World Tour, we're going to put some respect on this character's name. We're going to absolutely understand where this character is coming from and why they are very terrifying to fight.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Japan's reaction to this character. Like, they know this character's good. So, I mean, we're going to see right here, right? Throwing out the fact that she can be able to swap between the arms. I mean, we're not really seeing it too much with Ghost, sticking with the classic Ram and Dragon, just to, have to balance it out, get the quick with the Ram, Dragon for the long reach. But it doesn't matter, because Jdizzle's reach is near infinite with that fire arrow. Again, shooting it point blank, he gets the double aerial confirmed to be able to get that first stock connecting the dots.
Great pressure right here, and getting a lot off these bow and arrows again, as we talked about before. But good lord, the 1-2, I guess the buckle your shoe, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to call that, but that was my fighting game prowess kind of coming out. When I see those two arms come out, I'm like, yo, I got to get the heck out of the way.
Bro, speaking of fighting games, that actually works in arms. The Ram and the Dragon, that combos into each other. So like that is just like Sakurai being faithful to the game,
Now, if only we could maybe fix Young Link, because I just feel like, I love Young Link. I don't know. I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
Him.
You're right. Maybe I'm tripping. We'll leave it up to the game theories right here, but not enough theories here to talk about what's going on. Look, my man Ghost doing phenomenal. Slight deficit, but I feel like what he has now versus what he didn't have in the last game is respect. Now it's like, okay, I'm playing Min. You fear what I can do. Now you don't want to be too aggressive with me. You don't want to be too handsy with me. You don't want to be too any of that. You're just kind of staying back. Even though I am in a deficit, I know that you're afraid to approach. Good. What the Austin? What's happening,
dude? Almost every set we've seen, there's Nesty coming out somewhere. But I mean, this is still doable for Jdizzle. He's got Ghost at 137%. All he needs is just one down tilt, one fire arrow, one back air, something. There's the arrow, calls out the double jump, connects the forward air, gets the stock.
Okay, keeping this thing close. I mean, that's all we can really ask for these days, right? Or some good, clean, and close smash match. Down there, the pogo stick. Are you crazy?
Talk about Young Link again, Rod.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Apology accepted.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, we got the boomerang. Oh, just throw them both out. Oh, switching over to the Mega Wand. It's going to be some destructive. That's got a lot of knockback on it. It deals a hefty amount of shield damage, too. You got to be careful. Min's out for blood. Ghost getting caught on the platform. Don't get taxied away. I love the aggressive option off stage. Try to just get the pressure off of him. Catch connects him with the up B off of the top of the stage. Even though he SD'd, even though Ghost had the lead almost the entire time, Jdizzle still finds a way.
Jdizzle finds a way. Make sure that's the quote when you post that to Twitter later, okay? Great stuff. Jdizzle staying calm, cool, and collected, and also playing very close to the chest. I mean, Young Link is a character also that can get kind of wild, You can pretty much, I'm not going to say you can do whatever you want, but you can get kind of crazy with Young Link, especially if you feel like, hey, I might have this one in the bag, but still putting enough respect on Ghost's name to be like, hey, I know that up close, my buttons are a little bit better than yours, And I probably shouldn't challenge you to the long game, for this long amount of time. But if there's a will, there's definitely a way. Using that bow and arrow like you talked about before, Aussie, and then turning it around with up special, my goodness.
Jdizzle. So Young Link has such a great advantage, right? Young Link has so many tools. The second he pushes the opponent off stage, like the world becomes his oyster. But not only Young Link, but Jdizzle himself, I feel like knows how to get into his opponent's head whenever he gains advantage. Because everything was going just peachy for Ghost until we saw him, Ghost on that platform, started to get taxied off, pushed him kind of far off stage. Jdizzle knew that was the moment to strike, and he Stroked?
Yeah.
Strooked?
I don't know. Words
Slashed?
are Splash. Words are hard.
Game 3. Let's go. Back to Town and City.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah, and what's crazy too is it's funny that last match ended that way, because one thing I didn't talk about was like Min-Min's recovery option, just off stage. Being able to tether from long distances certainly works, but you're also just kind of a body flying to the ledge. If a Young Link or any character with a really good nair wanted to just drop down and hit you, you'd be in some real trouble. But not even needing it. Okay.
What was that? Forward air down smash? That was sick. Okay, Jdizzle, I see you. Here we go, throwing out the projectiles again, applying the pressure. This is exactly what I was talking about. I love the back out. I think he was trying to force out like a roll from Ghost because there was so much pressure happening that, he was sensing like a desperate option coming out from Ghost, but he just held fast with that shield.
Oh yeah, 118% right here. I mean, playing in the corner, it might sound crazy on paper, but when you're Min-Min, that's actually a part of your game. Jdizzle certainly respecting that.
Dude, anytime he has him in the corner, he is just applying the shield pressure. The down tilts, the down smashes. He's trying to whittle down that shield so much that he can eventually start poking him through his feet. Try to catch the feet, but he doesn't even need it. Gets the aerial, gets the back air. It's going to be that first stock going in Jdizzle's favor. Like, starting to lean towards yet another 3-0, but can Ghost do something about this? Can Ghost, like, avert the situation?
Yeah, 100%. Forward air at the ledge, I mean, just such a formidable option to really try to work around him. It's double hitting, connects really well into itself. I mean, even if it doesn't KO either, I mean, you're still Min-Min off stage, which has proved in this set to be a spot that I don't believe he wants to be in very much. I mean, really, no Min-Min does, but you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared, for your opponent to go out there and try to come and get you. So make sure recovery system's on the line, but golly, not a strong enough recovery in the world to bring yourself back from that. Great stuff at evening up the stocks here, but the percents tell a slightly different story. My God.
I mean, if you're gonna like hit Young Link's shield that close without spacing, or get caught by it, another up B, you thought for a second maybe Ghost could have survived that, but no, that move is just that strong. Final stock, potential stock for Ghost. He's got to bring this back. But here come the combos off of the one projectile, calls out the double jump. He's out of resources. Manages to get back onto the ledge. Smart stuff from Ghost. That was insanely scary for a second.
Oh man. Being up or being above, a Young Link in the disadvantages, I feel like even more scary. I mean, just being able to have an up air that lasts that long, you can't air dodge it. And I know air dodge is always like the status quo, like, I got to get away from this move, but that is a move that you cannot work around like that. You're going to have to figure out a way to try to move out of harm's way of that swing.
Dude, it's almost like he's dancing on him. See, like, these aerials coming out, just poking the shield, trying to force out the defensive options so you can try to punish afterwards, whether it's a roll or a jump. I mean, eventually, when enough things hit your shield, you're going to do something desperate, right? Okay, good recovery. Go opting for the down air to get down there really quick. Air dodges in. All he needs is the one down tilt, the one touch, the one finish. Connects it into an up air. That's going to be Jdizzle with a 3-0 victory, securing himself a spot in the top 8 of the bracket. Ghost, unfortunately, we're going to see you in the last chance qualifiers later on today. So... yeah. And dang, just another 3-0, but good. Congrats to Jdizzle. We saw people were a little bit worried for him because of his earlier loss to Fried Rice, his Pikachu earlier on. But now that he's still in the top 8 bracket, it's just the other side, the harder side, right? And it's not it wouldn't be the hardest thing to imagine someone getting to the grand finals from the loser side of bracket. It's just way tough. We've